Hello, my name is Colin, and today I'm doing a new movie review. This time we'll be reviewing John Wick Chapter 3. And, I know I haven't really done any videos on them because I just really haven't had, like, a purpose to do one yet. But I'm a huge fan of the John Wick movies. They're some of the best action movies in recent years. Just everything about them, from the story to the characters, the world building. I love the John Wick films. And John Wick Chapter 3 I saw 2 weeks ago, and I love this movie, guys. You don't have to worry about spoilers or anything like that because this really gives you what you want from a John Wick movie. It's got that great dramatic element. It's tons of fun, but I think this one honestly might have the best production design out of all the John Wick films because the way they incorporate the action into the story, it is so well done. Like I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's one scene in the movie that I really loved. It involved several characters, and not a single gun was shot. They only used knives, and they would just keep throwing knives at each other. And this scene, it was so funny because it was just like the blood and goriness of it all. It was so over the top. Like the John Wick films always been violent, but that scene, like that really was awesome. And yeah, the cast, you can tell that there are definitely more actors today that want to do films like the John Wick movies. So you obviously have Halle Berry, who plays the character Sophia in the film, and I actually really liked her character. So basically, her backstory is she's an old assassin friend of John Wick's, and she can't see her daughter anymore because she doesn't want her daughter to ever be assassinated in order to hurt her. So I actually thought that was really good. And obviously, you have the other cast members that returned from the other films. Ian McShane is Winston. Ian McShane's always great. He doesn't really do a lot of movies. He mainly does TV shows. Like, if you've ever seen American Gods or Deadwood, he's really good on that. And the king himself, Lawrence Fishburne, he might have been my favorite part. He was at least one of my favorite characters in the movie. One problem I did have was that Halle Berry's character, Sophia, she was underused because the parts that they show her, she was really good. And then they just kind of take her out. And story wise, I guess it just didn't add as much as you'd think it would. You know. And the comedy works for the most part, but there are a few moments where the villain, literally during the action scene, he literally says, "I admire you, John Wick." And then they continue fighting, and you kind of just lose all the stakes in that scene. So, the villain, Zero was his name. He could have been better. I mean, the villain in the second one was much better, in my opinion, but, the John Wick films, they're really good. And this one especially, this is like a movie you gotta see on the big screen because the way the action and the editing, it's all done so well. It's very expertly directed by not that actually the guy that did the first one, Chad Stahelski. Remember David Leitcher was the one that directed the first one, but yeah, really well directed. The music in it is really good. Breathtaking cinematography. Like, film just it's in a desert at one point. It almost feels kind of like a Mission Impossible movie, which I love the Mission Impossibles, but having a John Wick movie have like the Mission Impossible setting, it works so much more. And yeah, as for other flaws, as I already mentioned, my things with the villains and several tonal inconsistencies, the film, for me at least, overstayed its welcome at times. There was about 5 or 10 minutes in there that I personally would have trimmed. And I don't know how I'd rank the John Wick movies. The first two are like both 3.5 out of 4 stars to me. And this one, by default, I think is the weakest. But I don't want to take away that this is a very great movie. Is it one of my personal favorite movies of the year so far? Definitely. Will it make my best of the year list? Maybe not quite, but I still really love John Wick 3, guys. I was very satisfied walking out of the theater. It is loads of fun. Despite a few issues here and there, I can say that John Wick Chapter 3 is definitely worth the price of admission. Go see it. You will have a blast with it. And on a scale of 0 to 4 stars, I'm going to give John Wick Chapter 3 3 out of 4 stars. Very strong rating for this film. I was just so satisfied walking out. It's so much fun. So, thank you guys for watching today. Please make sure to subscribe for future movie reviews and Game of Thrones stuff. I'm going to be doing some Marvel videos too, leading up to Spider-Man Far From Home. And make sure to give this video a like, and make sure to share this video with your friends who saw the movie. And let me know in the comments what you thought of the movie, because I'm actually like 2 weeks late doing this, because I've had school and finals and shit like that. So, alright, thank you guys for watching, and I will hasta la vista.